This video will give you a closer look at the focus areas in the SLP. So if you look at the power focus areas, you want to click on any focus area, and there is an order that you're going to want to do. The first thing you should do is start a diagnostic assessment. I'm not able to do that right now because I'm logged in as a student, but you would start a diagnostic assessment. There's typically 4 to 6 questions, and this is a pre-test. It's not graded. The diagnostic assessment is just to show you what you know and what you do not know. So then what you will do, let me go back to another one. So you can see that a diagnostic assessment was taken by this learner on this date, and it will outline, and you'll be able to see this information as well. It will outline, these are the objectives up here, and that this person knew 2 out of 2 on this objective, but got 0 out of 3 on this objective. So what you would do with that information is make sure that you are spending your time studying the playlist on this objective here. And when I refer to the playlist, that means these lists, all of this information here is the playlist. And as you can see, it's broken down by the objectives that you were just tested on in the diagnostic assessment. So if this learner got a 0 out of 3 on this first objective, he would want to maybe watch this video, read this document, go to this website. You do not have to do every single thing that's on the playlist. Some of the playlists are very lengthy, but you need to figure out how you learn best. If you are somebody that learns best by watching a video or looking at a slideshow, then pick accordingly. If you're somebody that prefers to read to yourself, maybe look at the document. You can do multiple things. It's all up to you and how you feel that you learn best. We do recommend to take notes whenever you're working through the playlist because the content assessments are somewhat difficult and you want to make sure that you have good notes to be able to help you with the content assessment. So once you feel like you've gone through the playlist and you know the material, you can then go back up and request a content assessment. Just because you request the content assessment does not mean that it will be opened right away. So what that means is we always, when staff gets to the building in the morning, between the hours of 8 and 9 a.m., content assessments are open, as well as 3 and 4 p.m. Those are the times that things will definitely be opened. However, sometimes throughout the day, we will get on there and try to open as many content assessments as we can. But it's definitely, you need to plan accordingly. If you're somebody that is hoping to be able to work in the evening at like 10 p.m., you want to make sure that you request that content assessment before 4 p.m. or it's not going to be open until the next day. Once the content assessment is opened by instructors, you will have 8 hours to start the exam. So if we open it at 4 p.m., you will have until midnight to start the exam. Once you start the content assessment, you have 1.5 hours to complete it. Okay, and again, these are worth, I believe, 20% of the grade, so it's not the bulk of the course. You want to spend a lot of your time in the projects. That is what should take up a majority of your time. If you fail the content assessment on the first try, you need an 8 out of 10 to pass a content assessment. It's okay if you don't get it on the first time, but then you do want to show that you're going back into the playlist and trying to learn what you didn't know and take better notes, watch an additional video or read another document. Do something to show that you're trying to learn that information. And then once you feel like you know it, you can request it again. Your instructors typically are not going to open the content assessment immediately after you just took it. If you didn't pass it, they want to see evidence that you studied and you tried harder. They're not typically going to open it up back to back.